what do you think it takes to be that type of person compared to someone that you'd say it's copywriting that basically gets the ad in front of them, they go do the research, then they sit in and they do the actual ad to sell the product or something like that? Do you see that there's a little bit of forgiveness? Like it's a little bit more fun, but still has the opportunity to make just as much more money? What are your thoughts between those two things?
Well, I think people are rightfully like suspect of anybody selling them anything. Like right away, they just don't believe you. And so you have to give them reason to believe you. And I was actually watching a Perry Belcher video last night where he was talking about people buy your philosophy first. And if they buy your philosophy, then they'll buy whatever wares you're hawking or selling to them. And for me, I think, I wrote a book called The Art of Authenticity. And I think that word authenticity gets thrown around a lot. It's very cliche and popular and whatnot, but we're all authentic. It's not like you have to try to be, it's like no matter who you are, that is your authentic self. But I think if you can really embrace that authenticity, and if you really are comfortable with who you are and you're willing to share that, warts and all, particularly some of the people have watched me for so long online, they see me go through different relationships, marriages and divorces, and I've never really shielded those things from people, partly because it's therapeutic for me to have an outlet and be able to share. I don't know. I've just always found it way easier to be an open book. And by doing that, you build connection with people because we all go through similar things in life. And so, I'm not obviously going to connect with everybody. I'm going to turn some people off, but other people are going to appreciate the sincerity. They're going to appreciate the honesty. They're going to appreciate that it's not always $5.6 million and look at me and look at my bands and look at this. And, I showed yesterday, someone was telling a rags to riches story. I'm like, that ain't rags. I'm like, look at my outhouse I used to have to piss in, so it's very difficult to find people that are as real as I have been, because most people feel like they have to project some type of image or character. And it helps to do that in a sense, but you never want to lose who you truly are. And I don't think enough people are actually comfortable with who they are. So they have to kind of create this facade or persona to get on. And when you can stop all that and you can be the same person now as in the podcast as you are when you turn it off, or even more importantly, like when you can act in the same manner out in public when nobody's looking, is that congruent with when the cameras are on? And I've always lived that. I've always lived my life in a way that I assume somebody's recording me and it's going to be shared.